Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man. It's Friday evening and it's time to make some soap. And this is a very special soap. This is a collaboration that we usually do about once every quarter, arranged and organized by Renee Kramalis with Soaps for Love. So Renee, once again, thanks for organizing this, and a special thanks for inviting me to this. So we will be doing what she's calling the Spring Quartet, kind of on the take on the String Quartet, but tomorrow is the first day of spring, and the quartet will be the four colors that we use in a pouring technique called the One Pot Wonder. I did this Wednesday the first time, and the results were not bad. I wanted a little more definition, but my batter took forever to set up, so I'm going to try again. I will be using the four colors. I'll just show them to you. This is Brambleberry's Fired Up Fuchsia. This is Nurture Soap's Iris Purple. And Brambleberry's Fizzy Lemonade, nice bright yellow. And Nurture Soap's Emerald Green, really nice, bold, vibrant green. And I'll be fragrancing this with Brambleberry's Brambleberry, that's what they call it. It's a fairly new fragrance that they brought out. Haven't used it before. I'm taking a chance, experimenting with something when I need a thin trace, but it got great reviews and a lot of people talked about how well it behaves. I'm counting on that. So let's go ahead and get started. If you don't know about the One Pot Wonder, I'll bring you along. Show you as we go. So we'll start by mixing our lye water into our oils. And I'm soaping at about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the same recipe that I used earlier that behaves so unbelievably well. Okay, light emulsification is achieved, and I will stick blend a little more as necessary. So let's get this off into our four containers for our four colors. And as most of the time is the case, close is good enough. So I'm not going to really measure these. Plus, in case things set up, I don't want to waste time doing that. Oops, and I did not do a very good job estimating. So let me pour just a little out of each. Now we look a little more even. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I have you in the picture. I'm going to get my four colors in. This is the Fired Up Fuchsia from Brambleberry. Usually when I need a really thin trace to stay thin, I pre-disperse my colors to limit stick blending, which I did Wednesday, and it just took forever to set up. So I'm kind of counting on it doing that again. So I'm not dispersing the colors. I'm going to put them right in. I'll stir them in first. let's hand stir these in, lightest to darkest. Now, let's give it a quick hit with a stick blender and see what happens. Of course, I always go lightest to darkest. The scary part, the fragrance I have not experimented with. I usually don't experiment with fragrances. I usually just try them and let be what will be. And we are all holding up very well. So, once again, I'll give it a real quick hit. Just a few pulses. Literally just a few pulses. And that looks pretty good. That looks much better than it did last week, than on Wednesday. So, the idea now is how you pour the colors into your pouring vessel. So I'm going to pour all of the green on the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and scrape this out. I meant to save some, but I want to save some of the other colors for the top. So let's just go ahead and scrape this one out. Then, this is where it gets a little tricky. What you want to do is try to pour this so it goes down the side of your vessel and floats on the top, instead of piercing down through. So I'm going to pour this slowly. And let it float on top. Reserve a little for the top. Then the next color, doing the same, pouring it down the vessel, the side of the vessel, to float on top. And the same with the final color. And then this is where it gets even trickier. For me it does. You want to put your mold at an angle. And let's see, let's get this where you can see a little better. Yes, you can see it well. We're at a pretty substantial angle. And then you pour, sliding down the side of your mold, the side wall of your mold, sliding your pouring vessel back and forth. Now I have to level my mold just a little bit. Now I have to set it flat. And I will go ahead and scrape this out because I'm going to put a design on the top. So this is already looking a little better, but it's still really thin, so I'm not going to pick it up. Maybe I can bring it in a little bit to see it. Yeah, there we go. So I'll let this sit for a while to firm up some. I'll spray it with some rubbing alcohol, let it sit a few more minutes, spray it again to prevent soda ash, put it to bed in a nice warm spot, and hopefully get this cut and uploaded tomorrow. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow, the first day of spring, for our, I forgot what I was going to say, our collaboration. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so we're back to cut the soap. Colors look nice. Nice and slick, so I think we're ready. So the main thing is, did I achieve the desired results on the inside? The one I made last Wednesday had sort of results, but, well, sort of. Let's see if this is any better. Make sure you are in the picture. Here we go. Now the end pieces usually have a little bit less than the inner pieces because when you pour, you don't quite get the end. So let's see. And, well, like before, sort of. Maybe this is not the pour for me. Somebody wrote a comment last week that really is true about this, though. Even if you don't get the desired results, you still get a neat looking bar of soap. And that is true. This is not what I was hoping, but this is still a neat looking bar of soap. And I like the fragrance oil. It's just called Brambleberry, from Brambleberry. So I have a feeling that in a couple of weeks, as long as these hold up, I'm going to be leaving 2 positive results. 2 5-star reviews on Brambleberry. Now, as the inner pieces are looking a little more like it. There we're getting a little more. So, like last week, it's not the exact result I was going for. It still looks nice, so I'm overall pleased with it. So, folks, you all have a great weekend. And I'll hopefully see you next week for some more soap. And thanks for watching, everybody.